Hello, it is FMC. I'm Jeremy. That is SP3. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, SP3. Our new time, our same time, our new day. We've been bumped to Tuesdays because Tag Talk beat us up and said, get off Mondays. This is our day now. And I said, sure, whatever. Tag Talk does great. Shout out to Kylie and Haley, who do great work here on Fightful Overbooked. And we're fine being on a Tuesday as long as it works for your schedule. It works for my schedule. FMC stands for, hey, technically we could put Monday in there, but now it's still first morning coffee, first morning chat, whatever you want it to stand for. We're on a Tuesday, 8:30, SP3. SP3! It's been a great week. It's been a great week, buddy. How you doing?
It's been an awful fucking week. And you know me, I don't usually try to curse on this show. But I am not happy that I am here to talk about the NBA. Oh, God.
What's been going on in the NBA world? I feel like it's been a fun week. The Oklahoma City Thunder off to a great 0-3 start, just undefeated, baby.
Real NBA teams are 0-3. Real NBA teams are 0-3.
I love it. This is couldn't ask for a better start for OKC. Shea's a little banged up, which is unfortunate. Giddey's a little banged up, which is a little unfortunate, but great 0-3 start. I love it. The Jazz are playing well. I was worried about them. The Spurs aren't playing
surprisingly well. What are they? Yeah. 3-1. 3-1. That's insane.
I was a little bit worried about the Spurs and the Jazz that they could challenge us for one of those top picks, but we're off to a good start, and we're hanging in there, but we're doing just enough to lose, baby. That's how I like it. Hang in there, doing just enough to lose. Speaking of hanging in there,
I was like, that sounds very familiar.
Speaking of hanging in there and doing just enough to lose, SP3, the Los Angeles Lakers, led by top 5 MVP candidate.
He's playing well. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, Skip. Don't do that, Skip.
Is he playing well?
He's playing very well. He's averaging 25 points, 8 rebounds. What else is he supposed to do?
25 points.
LeBron and AD are in the top 5 highest scoring duos. Like you said, we're doing just enough to lose because someone that comes from Oklahoma City, this malcontent, this ball and chain around the ankles of the Los Angeles Lakers. Do you know we won that game, Portland? We were up by 8 with a few minutes to go. No, we won that game. We go down. We don't need a 3. All we need is a 2. This dude, Russell Westbrook, is shooting, ladies and gentlemen, 8% from the 3-point line. I can shoot 8% from the 3-point line from my home to the next gym where there's a basket at. This man could not, oh my God, he could not find the basket if it was on his home GPS. It's ridiculous right now. This shooting 8%. Do you know there are, Jeremy, I have another stat for you. Do you know that there are 12 players in the NBA shooting less than 25% from the 3-point line on over 12 attempts? There's only 12 players. 4 of those players are on the Los Angeles Lakers. Literally all of our guards are on the top of that list. Russell Westbrook, Patrick Beverley. This man, Patrick Beverley, is 0 for 1 from 2-pointers. Not even 3. Why is he shooting so many 3? Why are we shooting so many 3-pointers? Kendrick Nunn is up there as well.
You okay? All right, buddy.
Give myself a headache that early in the morning. It's not a good start. The Portland game was basically a microcosm of our season, or of our first week of the season so far. LeBron and AD played very, very well. AD had 22 points, 10 rebounds. LeBron had 31. They played well. It's literally, we are at the point of no return. This is on Rob Pelinka. There's nothing. I can't. If we go 0-10 and they even think about firing Darvin Ham, I'm protesting, because I'm sorry, the person who should be losing their job is not the coach. It is the GM, and I'm a huge fan of Rob Pelinka. You guys should know Rob Pelinka was the former agent of Kobe Bryant. He comes to the Lakers. He constructed that 2019-2020 team that won the championship, the most important championship of all time, the real championship, because it was no home court advantage, even though we had home court advantage and we played under the same circumstances of everybody else. Although we voted to not play in the bubble, we still won the bubble. And then he just decides, hey, we had a great team. We won a championship. Let's blow it up. You know what was the key to that championship team? You had LeBron at point guard, you had AD at the 4, and you had a large center. And we still have not constructed a team that is similar to the 2020 championship team in the past 2 seasons. This team is built to tank. This team is built to tank. When you have 4 point guards, 4 guards who are in the top 4 in lowest 3-point percentage.
You know how I know that bubble ring was a fraud, that Mickey Mouse ring doesn't count? You know why that team worked? It's not because Anthony Davis played the 4 and they had Dwight Howard patrolling the paint, because they brought back Dwight. Then they tried DeAndre Jordan. They tried this big center thing and playing Anthony Davis at the 4.
No, we only got Dwight midway through the next season. Because they put together a team. They got Dennis. Remember, they got Dennis Schroeder at the start of the first season. That messed up the whole formula. The key to the whole formula was LeBron playing point guard. Yes, it was.
I mean, maybe, yes, a little bit. But you want to know what the real key to the formula was? Is Anthony Davis shooting like Steph Curry in the bubble, because he could not miss in the bubble. Could not miss. Let me get his numbers from the bubble here, because they were like insane numbers. So in the bubble, Anthony Davis shot 38% from 3, 57% from the field. 38% from 3 in the bubble. SP3 during the playoffs. I wouldn't count the little mini regular season games that they played. He's a career 30% 3-point shooter. He is shooting 20% from 3 this season. He shot 18% last season. He shot 33% in that season, the bubble season, where he shot 38% in the playoffs. That's what changed for the Lakers, is Anthony Davis turned into Steph Curry in the bubble. And now he keeps jacking up these threes. He can't shoot. He can't shoot these shots. There's the clip against Portland. He's in the corner. He's ready to take it. Nurkic just turns around as the shot goes up. He's like, this motherfucker ain't hitting nothing. And it hits the side of the backboard. He was right. It didn't hit anything. It hit the side of the backboard. Anthony Davis trying to take these threes is a big problem. And it's not a microcosm. It's the problem with the overall team. The problem with Westbrook, Beverly, Nunn that you just named. They can't shoot. Nobody on this team can shoot. They haven't been able to shoot. They couldn't shoot last year either. Everyone in the offseason knew, hey, maybe you should go get some shooting. And they went out and got Patrick Beverly, who is supposed to be a 3-and-D guy. But he has decent numbers. He actually has good numbers from 3 throughout his career. His career, 37% 3-point shooter. 39% 2 years ago, 34% last year, dropped off big time last year, 21% this year. They thought they could maybe rehab Patrick Beverly. He'll get better shots. He'll be fine. Minnesota, it just wasn't shooting it well. No, this is an actual decline for Patrick Beverly. Russell Westbrook, we've seen this decline. OKC traded him when the value was maximized. Was like, we see what's happening here. Maximized that shit. Now it's just on the decline the entire time. Kendrick Nunn, he hadn't played in 2 seasons. He can't shoot. They got no Lonnie Walker. He can't. They got no shooters. The easiest thing in the world, SP3, is to surround LeBron James with shooters. It's the easiest gimmick in the world. I do this in 2K all the time. You just get you post up LeBron, the double comes. Here we go. Oh, wide open three for a really good 3-point shooter. Oh, it's cheating. It's cheating in 2K to do this. And the Lakers are like, let's just up the difficulty. Let's not only up the difficulty, let's just play. Let's just turn the cheat codes off. Let's up the difficulty. Let's make it impossible. Let's just make this thing impossible. We have a cheat code.
Let's put their meter on 100. Let's put their meter on.
Let's just make this impossible. We have LeBron James, a cheat code in his 20th season, still a cheat code, and they're just like, let's just make this as difficult as possible on the second greatest player of all time. This is on Pelinka. This is 100% on him because it's easy. It's very easy to just go get shooters. It's on LeBron too. Because he's the one that
talked to Pelinka into getting Westbrook.
They had the heel trade. They had the heel trade, which was perfect. They could have kept Kuzma and KCP. Those were two guys who filled roles that they needed. But they took the Suns' loss. The Suns broke them. They took the Suns' loss and they went star chasing.
And the funny part is, we would have beat the Suns if Anthony Davis didn't get injured. I stand by that. Two years later, I still stand by that. We would have beat the Suns. We were up 2-1 in the game 4 that we lost where he got injured. So we're up 2-1 before he goes down. So I think that we still would have won that series. But that's besides the point. I agree with you. Pelinka, he is the issue here. But Westbrook either needs to get benched. I don't think he's going to get traded. I don't think any team wants him because I think amazingly in 3 games he has been able to lower his value even more than it was during the offseason. He has lowered his value even more. That 0-11 game against Clippers, that was just like I was over that. Then I saw the final few minutes of the Portland game and I was just like, he cost us the game. He legitimately cost us. You can talk about the Anthony Davis 3 in the corner. That was bad. But we're at the point where we're just like, 80s, just stop shooting threes. The fact that he's averaging double the amount of 3-point attempts that he did last season when he shot 18% is ridiculous. Stop shooting so many threes. In general, our team needs to stop shooting too many threes. But that possession where we did not need a 3, Russ. We ain't need a 3 run, and we had time. We had plenty of time to work the ball down to the left, so they get the last possession, and all we need is one stop. He rushes, shoot in like what? It was like 8 seconds off the shot clock, and he shot that. And like Anthony Davis passes it to him, and he's thinking, "Oh, we got plenty of time." Like you can see how Anthony Davis passes it to Russ. He's expecting to either it comes back to him, or the ball is going to go around. No, this dude just shoots it like he's on fire. Like he's not shooting like 20% from the field in that game. He's got to go. He's got to go. Sit him on the bench. I don't know what you do. At this point, I'm willing to buy out $47 million contract.
I don't know if they're gonna get that buyout. So, couple of things. I didn't think Russ was bad in the Warriors game. I thought the Lakers played halfway decent in that game, and then the third quarter came and the Warriors just and
that happens. I feel like we played the first half of the first game very well. It's just the Warriors just do Warriors thing in the third quarter. But we played both the Clippers and the Blazers game as well as we could have. We just are an awful down the stretch team.
The Clippers game, Russ was bad. The Lakers played well as a whole. Russ wasn't good. The guard play just wasn't great there. He did defend well. I'll give Russ credit there. He took Kawhi on. He defended Kawhi really well. He's actually played defense halfway decently this season. The bar is very low for Russell Westbrook on defense, but this season he's actually tried on defense and not the fake hustle try that everybody likes to give him credit for. He's actually played fairly well defensively. The Blazers game. Let's get into this. Shout out to the Blazers, by the way. Undefeated. Dame is back. Jeremy Grant's playing great. Grant's playing great. Simons is playing great.
I was questioning them at our preview.
They're playing great right now. Healthy Dame, because Dame he missed a good chunk of last season. I mean, pretty much all of last season. But even when he played last season, he was not good at the start of last season. And then he got injured, and then his entire season was gone. But he just wasn't good last year. And then you wonder, like, okay, is he just not good? Now he's back, and he's healthy. And Jeremy Grant, that final bucket, by the way, Jeremy Grant going right at LeBron and Davis, that was grown man shit right there. He did not care. He was like, I'm going to attack these guys and go after them.
Hey, at least Anthony Davis got his hand up. I don't know what type of defense that was by LeBron James.
Just got bullied.
Like, he was like, I'm going to protect the baseline, but you could take the paint. He did no resistance.
I think maybe he thought Davis would challenge more, but Davis had 5 fouls, and so I think Davis was worried about like really challenging and picking up a 6th foul and just putting Grant on the free throw line. So it wasn't great, regardless. But
I'm just saying, it's Jeremy Grant. You force him baseline. You don't protect the baseline. You force him baseline.
Yeah, I'm with you. So the Lakers are up, I believe, 8 when Russell Westbrook checks back in. They went on a big run at the start of the 4th, and they went up. It was like 4 minutes to go, and they were up 8. And Westbrook checks back in, and it just all fell apart. Russ didn't even like shoot the ball. I think he took like one ill-advised 3, but like Patrick Beverly took an ill-advised 3. Really, any guard taking a shot. LeBron
took two bad 3s.
Yeah, he took like an ill-advised. Yeah, like really any of them taking a 3 is a bad shot at this point. I don't care who is taking it; it's a bad shot. So the entire team didn't play well offensively in that stretch there. The way they guard Westbrook, it does make it difficult because they just put Nurkic on Westbrook, and then they just have Nurkic in the paint. Like, Nurkic doesn't bother guarding him. And the Clippers did the same thing. They put Zubac on Westbrook, and they just put him in the paint because they're not worried about this guy. I saw a stat of like he's only been contested on like 40% of his shots, which is the lowest since like Andre Robertson. And I watched Andre Robertson. Nobody was guarding him. It was very much Robertson's parked in the corner, and maybe he'd make like a baseline cut, or otherwise he'd just stand there and like they would just pass him the ball. It was such 5-on-4 bullshit basketball. I was very irritated watching that. That's how they are guarding him. And at least with Robertson is like he wasn't just taking a bunch of shots. If he was taking a shot, it was a baseline cut, and maybe he'd get like a layup and he'd make layups, or he was taking a corner 3, which he wasn't a great corner 3 shooter, but you'd let him take it because it was a corner, but he'd maybe take the 4 shots a game. Westbrook's taking a lot more, and he's taking a lot more than just corner 3s. He's taking from all over the court. He's trying to take layups. He's taking his mid-range shot. Let's get into this, the final stuff. I just texted my buddy Sammer when this play happens. I just said, Russ plays dumb basketball.
Yes.
And like, I love Russell Westbrook. You'll never take away the OKC memories from me. But even in OKC, he played dumb basketball. Sammer and I used to always joke of like, if OKC is like up 1 with like a minute to go with the ball and everything, Russ is taking a 3. He's taking a 3, just like a jacked up 3, because he thinks that like, oh, now we're up 4 with under a minute. They can't come back. They just can't. There's no way they can score 4 points in a minute. We call it the kill shot. Like, Russ would go for the kill shot. He loves the 2-for-1, and this is how he defended this final possession here. So then Sammer just messaged me, what happened? I was like, Lakers were up 1 with 35 seconds left and the ball. Russ took a mid-range with 30 seconds left and missed. Could have bled the clock down to 11. Lillard hit a 3. LeBron actually tied it, and then Grant won it. Why are you taking a mid-range with 35 seconds left and the ball? They could have dribbled that ball down to 11 seconds. And the defense was, oh, well, we go 2-for-1. Okay, cool. But that possession you want is not a Russell Westbrook mid-range. And the Lakers or the Blazers are going to go quickly anyway in that final possession. If you bleed the clock down, get something halfway decent with like 15 seconds left on the clock, between 15 and 11 seconds left on the clock, the Blazers are probably going to go quickly on their next possession because, one, they might need a 3. So you want to give yourself enough opportunities to take that three and then potentially get an offensive rebound and get another shot. Or they might try to go 2 for 1 and play a foul game because the Lakers can't shoot free throws either. So they're going to go quickly regardless. Bleed the clock, take as much time as you need, and leave them with as little time as force them to rush a decision instead of you yourself rushing the decision. And it's Russell Westbrook taking a mid-range, which I love Russell Westbrook. I have fond memories of Russell Westbrook. I feel like I got to always throw that caveat in there. Never been a great shooter. Never. People have they have blinders on. They have rose-colored glasses when it comes to his mid-range shot because of his MVP season. And because he used to always say oh, that's the cotton shot. Like the pull up, stop on a dime, mid-range. There's plenty of highlights.
He used to make a lot of them. He used to make a lot.
But people think that he was 55% from this mid-range shot. No. 39% is his peak. 39% ain't great when you take as many of those as he takes, and people think it's some great. He was not like Chris Paul, Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant from this mid-range spot, okay? It was just, now he shoots it at about 18%. So yeah, 39% looks really good. He was never this automatic mid-range shooter or anything. So people just have fond memories of, oh man, this was automatic for us. It wasn't really automatic. And now it's even worse. Just an awful, awful shot to take. They lost the game. I felt bad for you. I also cackled a lot.
Of course you did. Of course you did. You're evil. You're evil when it comes to this sports.
It's their own fault, SB3.
Evil.
It's their own fault.
Well, I just wanted to let you know I laughed when the Utah Jazz beat your NBA Finals pick, the Denver Nuggets. I laughed at that, so it's all fair. I think it's crazy that three of the top 4 teams in the West are the Blazers, Spurs, and the Jazz right now.
It is insane.
I know it's
I think it'll even out. They'll fall off a little bit because even it wasn't looking great that the Nuggets lost to the Jazz on opening night. I wasn't super concerned, but I was a little concerned. But now we find out that the Jazz might actually be halfway decent until they just trade all their pieces off. But even
that was a good win over the Warriors, though.
Yeah, they did beat the Warriors. Jokic even said it I kind of expect us to suck the first 20 games because Murray is working himself back into shape. Porter's working himself back in. They're all kind of getting back into rhythm and everything. Jokic said, yeah, we're probably going to suck the first 20 games. And that's fair. You still don't want to get off to a poor start or anything. Usually the first 20 games is very much feeling out process. By that 20 to 40 mark, then you're halfway through the season. That's when you figure out who's good and who's bad. But those first 15 to 20, that's a lot of just feeling out stuff. And I'll point to this. The 2022 Stanley Cup champion Colorado Avalanche started off, this is their first 10 games, mind you, but they started off 4-5-1. Not a great start to the season. 4-5-1 for a team that everyone considered last year as the Stanley Cup favorites. Not great. And, then they went on this huge run in the middle of the season. And then at the end of the season, they didn't care. They were resting guys. And then they won they lost 4 games, all playoffs. Don't put too much stock into the first 10 to 15 games.
Look at last season. The Boston Celtics through 50 games were 25-25. They just went off on a run in the second half of the season. The Miami Heat, many consider, before the Warriors, the dynasty of the NBA. The first season they went to the NBA Finals, they were 12-11 through 23 games. So they were not playing well. A lot of people were like, oh, maybe this whole combination isn't working. But you got to get the rhythm down.
Exactly.
That's not going to happen for the Lakers, though.
No, it's not. That was what I was going to throw in there is, for a lot of teams, it's okay, figure some stuff out. Maybe you got guys coming back from injury. Maybe you got new pieces you got to work in and everything. For the Lakers, that team's just broken. We
have the toughest schedule. We have the toughest first 12 games of any team in the NBA. Our next game's against the Denver Nuggets. Congratulations, Lakers.
They're going to beat the Nuggets, and you're going to you're gonna.
You know me. You
sad.
know me. I will gloat if it does happen. I will gloat because I'm gonna be like, how they lose to these two awful teams, the Jazz and the Lakers? How the hell your NBA Finals pick gonna do that?
I'm very worried about that one because just mainly for your gloating purposes, I'm a little bit worried about that one. I'm not even like this huge Nuggets fan.
You can't even gloat if the Nuggets beat the Lakers because they're supposed
because
to
the Lakers. That just feels like that should be an automatic win right now. Like beating the Lakers. That team sucks. It's just an awful team. It's a really bad basketball team.
And it's in Denver too. So if we win,
they should win that game.
Oh boy.
Russ has got the beef with the Rocky, the mascot still. I don't know if that's going to become play better or worse. I hope he takes it personal and he's like, I'm going to prove Rocky wrong. And then
you're going to get a triple-double. You're going to get a triple-double tomorrow night.
Is he going to get a triple-double?
Triple single, maybe.
Triple single. The new triple single. the new Draymond.
The new triple single. But yeah, I think we and I should mention Sean is right. Ja Morant looks incredible in this first week of the season.
He's so fun.
Luka may have ruined my MVP pick in the first freaking game. How did Dallas lose that game against the Suns?
Luka. I don't think Luka lost the MVP pick there. What lost it was Jason Kidd taking out Christian Wood after he went.
True.
He was
going ham. He was playing so well. Why are you sitting him down? I was like, Dallas don't know how to hold on to a lead. Like, even when they had the lead, I was like, this game is not over. I knew the game wasn't over because I was like, this is the first half. They're in Phoenix. Phoenix is going to make a run. But I was just like embarrassed for them. I was like, damn, how y'all lose a 25-point lead?
I was upset because, I talked a lot of shit about the Suns just being broken and like, I don't know how they're going to recover like after last season. And then Dallas was putting it on them. And I was thinking like, oh yeah, like I'm looking real smart right now. I'm looking good. Like, yeah, they are broken. And then they came back and I'm not even sure the Suns have lost. Honestly, I think they might be undefeated.
No, I think they have one loss.
Okay. Yeah. Well, they've still looked good. Like they got a win over the Clippers. I think they've been playing well no matter how you look at it. And I'm like, oh man, maybe the Suns aren't broken, and now maybe they actually are going to be good. But that's bad for you because that Chris Paul Russell Westbrook trade ain't looking good right now. My hot take trade ain't looking too good right now for you.
I didn't even believe you. I never believed you when you said that. So don't worry.
I was trying.
Not getting my hopes up for your phantom trades talk. The 2-1 the Suns. So
okay. Anything else stood out to you? First week of the NBA season.
I need NBA to make the NBA League Pass trial longer so I can have the first 2 weeks of the season. I just like bouncing around from different games. Like I got to see that nice little game with what was it, Detroit and Orlando. That game went down to the stretch on opening night. That was really good. But yeah, I just want them to make the League Pass trial a little bit longer.
The Sixers are 1-3. The Nets are 1-2. What are we thinking with these two teams? Are we willing to give these two like the benefit of the doubt of all right, early figuring things out, or should there be a little bit of panic?
I think if you're a Sixers fan, you should be a little bit worried because when you and Nick last week picked them to make it to the finals, I was like, y'all putting a lot on James Harden.
He's looked good.
Yeah, he has looked good. He looks aggressive. He looks like he looks like he wants to score, that he when he gets the ball, he's going to make a decision, whether it's creating a shot for someone else or himself. Joel Embiid, the defense are just honing in on him. Like, especially that Boston game. They treated him like Kevin Durant in that Nets series.
I think the plantar fasciitis is slowing Embiid down a little bit. Like they lost to the Celtics, they lost to the Bucks. Everyone expects them to be top 3, top 4 in the East. Those aren't like the worst losses in the world. The Spurs loss, not great because nobody, even though the Spurs are playing well, no one really expected much from the Spurs. That's probably a game should win. Then they beat the Pacers last night. I'm not too worried about the Sixers. One, because Harden looks good, and that's a good sign for them. Maxey looks good. And Embiid, I do think, is being bothered by the foot injury. Like maybe they should like take it slower with him and just like think long term, because they're going to be a playoff team regardless. You want him healthy in the playoffs. You don't need more wear and tear on a body that already has too much wear and tear on it. The Nets, I'm a little more concerned about, because Ben Simmons, man, I thought like he would be good in the sense that they could be like a little bit of a Draymond for Kyrie and Durant. One, Kyrie still does, he's not going to move like Steph and stuff. Dude, he really, really just like looks afraid to do anything shooting wise. Like at least Draymond will like attack. He'll like try a floater. He'll give the impression that he'll shoot a three, and he'll take his backpack three every now and again. But like Simmons ain't doing anything offensively, which is not too out of the ordinary. We know that like the knock on Simmons has always been won't do anything offensively. He's scared. Ben Simmons had like a 40-point game against Rudy Gobert. There was a time, people forget, there was a time where he'd get to the rim, he'd attack the rim, he'd finish over and through contact and everything. Ben Simmons used to be like a good in the paint scorer, and now he just won't attack or do anything. That's what I'd be concerned about. Is it's not that he's not utilized like Draymond, in that like, oh, he's not bringing to the table what you would hope he would like Draymond. It's that like Draymond will at least be, when Draymond was peak Draymond, mind you. Like now it's a little bit different. But Simmons is still young. He's not attacking or anything. That's what I'd be concerned about if I'm a Nets fan. That Simmons he's just a guard out there who's afraid to shoot, and it just isn't doing anything but passing the ball. And so you're leaving him alone to do nothing. It's concerning. It's concerning.
Yeah, they have to figure out how they're going to use him. I'm not going to take it and panic too much, because Ben Simmons could be here today, gone tomorrow. As far as like him just deciding, oh no, you know what? I'm too scared to play on offense. I'm going to sit out for the whole season. I would not be surprised with Ben Simmons at this point if he just decides that. So I'm not too concerned with the Nets, and a lot of their losses are kind of understandable. New Orleans is kind of Nick was right about them. They seem like they are a very good team, so that loss was understandable. So I'm not too stressed with the Nets, or too worried with the Nets here. The Heat, however, the 1-3 Heat.
I told you I was down on the Heat.
You did.
I was right about that one. At least
you did
for the first 4 games.
You for the first week, you were right about the Heat, especially that Bulls game. I was like, I watched that Bulls game. I was like, what is going on here? Like, do you realize this Bulls team has no Lonzo, no Zach LaVine? What are y'all doing?
The Bulls, credit to them, like they're
DeMar DeRozan. They were playing one-on-one with DeMar DeRozan. Like, what are you doing?
I was not high on Miami this year. I wasn't high on the Bulls either, and they beat the Celtics last night as well. Like, good on the Bulls. They're actually not playing. They're playing well to start the season. I do think that'll tail off, because Billy Donovan he's proven to be like solid in the regular season, and the playoffs come and it just doesn't work out. But I didn't think they'd start off like this hot. The Heat, though, I told you I was worried about them. They're not off to a good start. I think they'll turn around. Like, Spoelstra's too good of a coach. Jimmy Butler's too good of a player. I just wasn't as high on them this season as in the past. I thought last season was just, it's not like it was a fluke or anything, but last season it just felt like was a perfect storm of just things going right for them. And I thought it was just going to be tough to replicate. And so far it has, and we'll see if they'll turn it around. I still pick them to be in the playoffs, but I am looking good on my Miami Heat pick, at least to start the season. I expect
slander. You're slander. You slander people, Jeremy.
I wasn't high on them. I was right.
You do not have stones when you live in a Oklahoma City Thunder glass house. You should.
We're doing great. We're the best team in the league
at tanking. Yes, yeah, I agree.
We got one purpose, and that's to lose. And so far, we've done it. I see no problem with the way OKC is playing. You got these teams like the Kings who thought they were going to be good this year.
Yo, I had bad people telling me the Kings were a sleeper team. I had bad people telling me. I was like, man, I expected the Lakers to not go off to a good start. I said it last week. Even though I had the Lakers as an 8th seed, I was like, we're not gonna have the best start because we have the toughest schedule of anyone in the first half of the season. But the Kings, though, they versed, I think they versed the Clippers for one of the games, so that's understandable. But they had some winnable games, especially down the stretch, and they still look like the Sacramento Kings. We are going on what it's been 16 years since the Sacramento Kings, the Queens, made the NBA playoffs. 16 years, Jeremy.
They're not good. See, people want to talk about tanking and stuff. This is what upsets me about tanking. And people like using OKC as the black eye for tanking. I'd rather be transparent about what's going on with the team than like try like the Kings and still be bad. At least OKC has a plan. And by the way, they haven't even tanked like it longer than like the Magic. The Magic, I don't know what their plan has been. They've been bad for a while. The Rockets, ever since they traded Hart, they've been bad just as long as OKC has. They both made the playoffs in the same amount of time. And the Rockets have actually had a worse record over the last 3 years than OKC. They're turning around a little bit now, which is good for them. Same with the Magic. They've been bad just as long as OKC has and have a worse record on OKC. They've had higher picks as well. At least their top pick is playing this year. Our top pick isn't even playing this year. So that's another lost season for us. Like, people look at OKC as a black eye for tanking because they are at least transparent about what they want to do. And they're transparent about it because all the stars have just wanted to leave. Kevin Durant wanted to leave. Paul George wanted to leave. So they've had to just go about things the other way. And for some reason, people want to knock them for this. They signed Shea. If they really wanted to tank, they would have just traded Shea as well. That's when I'll be like, okay, what's the plan?
He's a building piece. He's a building piece for the future.
If they wanted to tank, they would trade him because they could get a haul of draft picks for Shea. It's all about that. But like, they're not trading him. They're trying to build around him. So I don't buy that OKC. I mean, we are trying to tank. I'm not going to lie and be like, oh, we're not trying to tank. Like, we're not trying to be good, but at least we have a plan for the future. And I'd rather know the plan and be transparent about the plan than be like the Kings, who is like, we're not trying to tank. We're trying to be good. And they still suck. I'd rather be transparent than incompetent. And some of these teams are just fucking incompetent.
There you go. Like the Lakers. Yeah, we're incompetent.
That's true. That's very true. Very much like the Lakers.
I'm honest. You guys could get on me for my Laker rants a lot of times, but I'm honest. When we're playing like shit, we're shit.
Anything else from the NBA, the first week of the NBA season?
I think that's about it.
Wait a second. I got to call you out because this is our first show since we did our fantasy draft last week. I'm
killing the game.
You had the number 2 pick, right? You had the number 2 pick. And I said, if you're not a coward, take Anthony Davis. Your boy Anthony Davis, who you said was going to win the MVP award.
No, I did not. See, don't lie on me. Don't lie on
Let's not let facts get in the way of a good story.
Don't lie on my name. I said top 5. If I had the number 5 pick in the fantasy draft, I would have picked Anthony Davis. Of course.
You should have believed in him.
If I have a number 2 and Giannis Antetokounmpo is on the board, I'm picking Giannis. The only person I would pick over Giannis is Luka Doncic.
You should have believed in your guy, Anthony Davis, your MVP pick, Anthony Davis, and you should have taken him number 2, but you were a coward and you didn't. And then SP3, you took 0 Lakers, which I'm not going to say is a terrible thing because that team's awful, but you took 0 Lakers. You believed in your team so much, you took 0 of them. No Lakers. None. You couldn't even throw Russell Westbrook a sympathy pick. I got LeBron at least, which is a great pick because I knew LeBron was going to have a great season. I at least got LeBron. You took none. No Lakers. I even tried to offer you because Anthony Davis was there. I'd like the 9th pick. or the 10th pick. I had a late pick. It's a 12-team league. And I tried to tell you, like, I'll take Anthony Davis. Give me your next 2 picks. And you took too long to respond. And then I just took Lillard because I don't actually want Anthony Davis. And that Lillard pick is looking brilliant as well.
The Lillard pick is looking good. But I chose an immaculate team. My team is immaculate. And that's why I am 1-0. I pulled out even with Shea injured for the last game of the week. I still won. It looked like I wasn't, but I still won. And we're both 1-0. See, you're doing well in this fantasy league.
I know.
Unlike our fantasy football team that you don't even want to talk about.
I turned that around. I'm like 3-4 now. I'm not like doing terrible in fantasy.
Let me see. I think you're lying. But you're last place in the AEW division.
So
even Sean is above you. Sean, who I just smashed him. I smashed him and stacked them.
Okay, so look, this is why fantasy football and all fantasy sports are stupid. Okay, look at this. The fantasy.
By the way, I'm tied for the number 1 seed in all. All right,
this is why it's
entire
stupid.
League.
This is why it's stupid. SB3. I am 3-4, by the way, which is fine.
I know.
Who cares? Okay, this is why it's dumb. How do I go back like week? Okay, here it is. Week. If there was 1 week, I think it was like week 2. A week that I lost, mind you. All right, week 3. Week 3. I lost to Sean, by the way. I lost to Sean. All right, so I had 100 and how can jeez. Why is this so annoying? All right, here. I lost to Sean, by the way, right? I had 116 points. I would have beaten, I don't think this is actually the week. Oh, okay, week 2. It was week 2, right? I had 141 points. I lost to I don't know who the manager is. Apologies. I had 141 points.
What was the team?
Hunter Hearst Henry.
That's Tempest.
Okay, I lost to Tempest. I had 141 points this week. Tempest had 146 points. I had the 3rd highest point total of the entire league. I lost because of the matchup. This is why it's stupid, though. I would have beaten anybody else but Tempest and Brooklyn Combat Club. Those are the only Romeo. 2 teams. That's who?
Romeo.
I would have beaten everybody else but them. But I, unfortunately, got stuck against Tempest. This is why it's all stupid. Like, my team's not bad. I just had a bad matchup that week.
So what does it matter if you would have beaten all the other teams that you're not facing that week? That makes no sense.
It matters. That fantasy's stupid. It's dumb. Louis, by the way, Louis Dangor, who's 5-2.
5-2.
This is another reason why it's stupid. Louis Dangor has never watched a second of NFL football in his life. Never. He can't name you a single player. We tried to bait him into taking Rob Gronkowski just because he was a former WWE 24/7 champion. And he was going to do it. He was actually going to do it.
He was really thinking about it, I will say.
Louis doesn't know what he's talking about when it comes to, he's never watched. I'm pretty sure he hasn't set his lineup once this entire season. And he's 5-0.
He'll take the 0 sometimes.
Yeah. Like, Louis doesn't know what he's doing. And he's fine. This is why fantasy sports are just dumb. They're absolutely awful. I love drafting. Drafting's really fun. I'm cool with that. Like, actually setting my lineup and stuff. I think I forgot this week. Like, I forgot to set my lineup. And so, like, I had a defense that didn't play this week. So that probably didn't help me.
Oh, look at that. We're versing each other in basketball and football fantasy this week.
Oh, this week we are?
Yep.
Oh, all right. Well, I actually got to try this week now.
Oh, man. It's going to be a good show next week. Good show. Bragging rights up for grabs next week.
Yeah. We'll have to figure something out. I don't know if we're going to do a bet, but we'll have to figure something out. I'd say nice things about the Lakers, but I'm not trying to lie on this show.
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say nice things about. I got nothing nice to say about these Los Angeles Lakers at this point.
There's not a ton you can say. That's nice.
Oh, I wanted to call you out because I saw a video. I saw a video where you were talking. I think it was like you were talking on your couch or whatever. And you know what? We never have said this on the air, but I heard you said you watch Abbott Elementary.
Yeah.
And why am I just finding out about this? We could be talking about this every week.
Okay.
It's like one of my favorite shows.
I literally started watching the show the week that I had off after I got married. That's when the wife and I started watching it. So that's why that was the first time you'd heard about it, because that was when we started like watching it. And like we watched it that week, and then we watched the entire first season and a couple episodes of the second season. We're a little bit behind now because we haven't watched it in a couple of weeks. But I have watched. We can talk about the first season if you want. I've seen the entire first season.
That I love this show. I like one of my friends actually just started watching it, and I had to tell him that Janine is the writer and creator of the whole series, and the series is based on her mother. The Cheryl Lee Roth character is based on her mother. Like, and I've always been a fan of Cheryl Lee Roth. I've been a fan of hers since she was Dee on Moesha, and I will never forgive Frank for that affair that he did where he gave birth to his own nephew. I'll never forgive that. But Cheryl Lee Roth is one of the best most underrated actresses that I've seen, and I'm so glad that she's got this platform. Just won the Emmy for her performance in the first season, and the second season she had me dying. I'm sorry, but you saw like the first like 2 episodes of the second season?
Yeah, at least the first 2. Yeah.
So you saw the second episode where she talks about she always misnames black actors into white actors.
I've seen that clip, but I don't think we've actually watched that episode. If that's the second episode.
Okay.
So maybe
I think it is the second episode. I think.
Okay, then I don't think we've seen that, because I've seen the clip, but we haven't watched it like on the TV. But I do know what you're talking about, and that is a hilarious clip.
Yes, the best character though is Ava.
Oh, Ava's the fucking best. Oh,
I'm sorry. Like, I've seen other principal characters, and I love principal characters in school ones. Love Mr. Belden and all that stuff. Love Mr. Feeney. But I'm sorry, Ava is the GOAT principal because she just does not give any type of fucks. Not at all. Not at all.
She is like, she just has like these great just like quips and one-liners. And so the bit that I do now on Twitter, the psych yourself up to be yourself today, like I tweet this every morning. That's from Ava and that show. Like Janine is like getting all like hype for stuff, and Ava's just like, Janine, what are you doing? Psyching yourself up to be yourself today? And I was like, oh, that's so brilliant. That's so brilliant. So yes, that line is actually from this show.
So great.
When Ava says it to Janine, like it's Ava rules.
Her quips at Janine just had me rolling when she was on the Step Team. I love that episode.
Yo, the Step Team episode is very good. Yes, that is very good. And that's where like we saw like a little bit of human side of Ava too, because she's taking care of grandmother and everything. So that was nice to see. That was a good episode. I did not realize until it was pointed out to me that Greg was Chris.
Yeah, you didn't know that? That's what got me and my missus into the show, because she was like, oh, they got a new show with Everybody Hates Chris, and I was like, oh, okay, let's watch it. And I was like, I loved it. Because I saw him, I saw Cheryl Lee Roth. I was like, oh, I'm here. These are 2 of my favorites.
I see the show and I watch him appear on screen, and I was like, oh, he looks familiar, but I couldn't like place it. I just could not place it. And then finally, like it came and I was able to obviously figure it out. It was him, but I was like, oh,
his character is hilarious too. His weird pet peeves are hilarious.
Oh yeah,
pizza. I don't like how the cheese.
You know who my favorite?
And the bread. It is.
Oh, he does like pizza. Yes. And then he's like, oh yeah, the Baltimore style pizza. And they go and get it. It's just like greasy and all this shit. Oh man, that was so good. My favorite character though, besides Ava, Tariq, him doing his raps all the time.
Yes,
that shit popped me so much.
Yes. When him and Janine do their little dance.
Oh yeah. They do a money thing. It's like one last time. Oh yes, that rules. He's always
Tariq is hilarious. When he performed at the school,
the fade performance. Yes, the fade performance. Oh man. And so the wife doesn't like rap. Doesn't listen to it. Doesn't like it. So like, when he does his bars, and like they're not good. Obviously, they're just not. And like every time, I'm just like hyping him up, and she just looks at me and she's like, "What are you doing?" I was just like, "Man, he's got bars. Listen to him spit. He got bars. He's going off right here." And she's like, "You've got to stop."
when he was at the school, when he was chaperoning for the school in the finale of season 1.
Oh yeah.
Yo, he's the worst. Like I'm mad. I was mad in season 2 when she was like, "Oh, we're not gonna see Tariq anymore." I was like, "Damn, he was like one of my favorites."
When he was, yeah, I season 2. I haven't gotten too far. He was like briefly in season 2 when he said like goodbye the first episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when he does the chaperone though, and he does the as I give it, it's like when I move, you move, and everyone's just like that. And then when they lose the one kid, he's like, "Oh yeah, we're missing one. The base is gone."
He was like, yeah. I hear it. it. He was like, I hear it. We missing one.
He's like, we're missing the base. I can tell. I can tell he's gone.
I'm pretty sure we missing one.
The wife would like to point out Melissa is that she typed vest, but I'm pretty sure she meant best.
What? Y'all need to watch season 2. They made her even better. Did you saw the first episode when they went?
We've seen the first episode
when they went to the other school and we meet her sister at the end.
Have we watched? Now I'm questioning if we watched the first episode. Baby, let me know. We've definitely watched the first episode.
That was the first episode was when the Flyers mascot when they
we watched
yeah. That was when they went to the other school because I think either something they sent went to the other school and it was like an Earth 2 of Abbott where they had a version of each one of them. Like they had the white version of Janine, that was her friend. They had
yes.
They had another. They had another. The white teacher that always like is trying to embrace the culture.
The wife is coming in here.
The first episode is them going to another school. We have not watched that.
Yeah, see, I'm with you. I think you're wrong on the first episode. SP3.
I'm not. I'm not wrong. I'm pretty sure that's the first episode.
Because it was the first episode. Yeah, was when Gritty was back and they're back from the summer, and Janine is like trying to. Yeah, Gritty.
Yeah. That's the mascot because I remember because at the end the mascot is they chose the wrong date. They chose the date when it was the orientation for the students. So they had to do something for the first day with the students. So they get like I think
they did not go to another school.
Yes, they did because at the end when they're outside with the truck for the kids. That's when the Italian teacher from the other school passes by, and that's when Melissa admits to Janine, "That's my sister."
Okay,
she gave them a dirty look.
Okay, no, that's episode 2, SP3. You're wrong. Episode
I'm checking
1.
It.
I got it right here. Development Day is episode 1.
Yes,
and yes, while preparing for the new school year. Janine arranges an assortment of activities, but her plans go awry. At the same time, she's facing danger of eviction and debt as a result of her breakup with Tariq. Meanwhile, Barbara helps Gregory plan for his class in the school year, while she awaits a new student who uses a wheelchair. When classes get combined due to a teacher shortage, Melissa receives 10
yes,
third grade
you're
students.
You're right.
Yes. Wrong delivery, which it seems like that's when they go to that's episode 2.
Yes.
So you have fucking confused the shit out of all of us, SP3. You are wrong. I've been told I gotta be nice. He's wrong, baby. He's wrong. He's in a bad place mentally because the Lakers are terrible. He's confusing Abbott Elementary episodes.
This is true. I am in a bad place because the Lakers are not doing very well at all.
So we watched the first episode, which was Development Day, not Wrong Delivery. We've not seen the second episode, though. So we got to get back on watching this stuff.
Yeah, y'all got to get back on that.
We have been watching Love is Blind. Yeah, we've been watching the new season of Love is Blind.
I haven't been watching much reality. I only watched the first episode of The Challenge, so.
We'll talk about that here in a second. We have Caden, who's been sitting here backstage for a little while. I don't know why he comes on the show anymore, but he does. I don't know what he wants to talk about. I'm sure I'll cut him off, but for now, let's bring him on. Hello, Caden.
Hi, I have something I need to grab quickly.
Okay.
I forgot I need to grab this.
You just said he was sitting there for a while.
Well, while I do this, talk.
Yep. While you do that, you're off screen. Go grab it. Grab whatever you need to grab. He'd been sitting back there. He knows he's coming on this show.
I swear the Caden segments are usually just me laughing.
There we go.
Just me laughing.
Yeah.
Me laughing.
All right. So, SB3, I'm sorry. Caden's going to be very mean. So I apologize. He's going to be very mean. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just preparing. I'm preparing you that Caden's about to be very mean.
No problem.
All right. What if I just didn't bring him on the show?
That worked perfect because I know what I'm doing if you do.
Oh man, now I'm in a dilemma because I want to see what you do. I don't want you to leave. I like you over Caden. I will I'll admit that on air right now. I like you more than Caden.
I like you more than Caden as well.
Very low bar that we've set for each other. Look what you've done, Caden. You've made SP3 leave.
The Astros swept
You've
the
made him
Yankees.
leave. Why'd you do that, Caden?
Because we swept the Yankees. I gotta do it.
Why'd you make SP3 leave? Are you wearing a Brock Lesnar shirt?
No, I'm wearing it's a roller coaster shirt.
Oh. I was about to kick you off the show for wearing a wrestling shirt.
No, I will not wear a wrestling shirt on this show.
All right, what do you want to talk? You've made SP3 leave, so now you have to make up for it because you've booted my co-host, and now you're here.
There's breaking news.
What?
Adidas terminated the partnership.
Oh, with Kanye?
Yeah.
Great.
That just came out.
Great.
The Astros are going to the World Series against the Philadelphia Phillies. Should be a really fun series. I think that starts Friday. I said maybe Tuesday or Wednesday.
Friday.
Friday? I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to the schedule.
No, there's no baseball all week. You don't even know when it starts.
I genuinely do not know when it starts. I've been off social media for like 3 days.
You're a fake fan if you don't know when the World Series starts.
I was at the Formula One race and I had absolutely no cell signal for 3 straight days.
Okay, what prevented you from looking it up today before you came on air and gave fake news and being a fake fan? Even if you had no cell signal, you should know when it starts. You're allegedly an Astros fan.
I am an Astros fan. I watched the last game. I just didn't see what day it started.
That doesn't mean you're a fan just because you watched the last game. How many games did you watch in the regular season?
I think I watched like 4 because I don't watch regular season baseball.
There are 162 games.
I cannot sit through baseball games. I don't have the attention span.
It's on Friday, by the way. I'm the baseball guy here.
I can't sit through baseball games.
You're a fake Astros.
I don't have the attention span for it.
You're a fake fan.
I have a Jose Altuve jersey sitting in my closet.
That just means you're dumb with money.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean you're a real fan. It just means you're stupid with money.
I have my trash can back there. I'll bang the trash can. That means I'm a real fan if I bang trash cans.
Good reference.
What is he talking about?
Oh, and the Astros cheated. Come on.
Oh, well.
When they banged the trash can.
You're a fake Astros fan because you don't know when the World Series starts. That is allegedly your team competing in it.
Are you from Houston?
I'm from Austin. We don't have a baseball team.
Why don't you just say no?
I'm 3 hours from Houston.
Just said no.
I flew over the stadium the other day. It was pretty cool.
What else do you want to talk about, Caden? You've already upset me because SP3 left with your terrible bit. You're a fake Astros fan. You're trying to talk about Kanye. Like, who cares? What else?
I saw Ed Sheeran on Saturday.
That's great.
He was really good. So what he does is it's just him, no band.
Yes. And he has a foot pedal, and it's a light show.
Yeah,
that's
great.
And Sharon's been touring for like 10 years now. You're not coming up with this. Isn't
I don't know who out here knows this. SP3 didn't know that. He 100% did not know that.
Everybody knows this.
SP3 did not know that.
Everyone knows this, Caden.
Okay, whatever you say.
What else?
Have you all talked about football on the show yet?
No.
What the hell is going on with Tom Brady and the Buccaneers?
Lost to the Panthers because the Panthers are the best team in the league.
Sure, whatever you say, Jeremy. Panthers without Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey is no longer holding back the offense.
He's no longer getting injured every week for you. He's getting injured every week for other people.
XFL legend PJ Walker lighting him up, baby.
There's 2 XFL starters in Taylor Heineke and PJ Walker.
PJ Walker's the GOAT.
He's actually playing pretty well.
I mean, he didn't the first week when he didn't throw a pass over 5 yards, but he did play well this week.
Well,
the Bucs are terrible. The Bucks
There's
are
some
terrible.
There's some big news for an FMC favorite.
There is. Go ahead.
Sam Ellinger is the starter for the Indianapolis Colts. He's gonna have a good time.
Probably not behind that offensive line. Probably gonna get killed.
He's just gonna be trucking people. Have you seen how big his calves are?
No, how big are they?
They're freaking huge. Oh my god. He was in front of me at an ACL for, I think it was for Travis Scott. He was in front of me at ACL for that. And this man is a beast. He is built.
That's because you're small, Caden.
But he's like legit. He's built like a tight end.
Giselle is a witch, not helping Tom anymore, and that's why he sucks now. That's the theory that's going on out there. I buy that.
Do you think he's gonna retire mid-season?
No, he's too much pride. He's gonna play out. He's gonna ask to get traded. Honestly, trade deadline's next week. He's gonna ask to get traded. Like, get me on
that team is a train wreck this year. SP3 is still flipping me off with the fan.
He should. He should. All right. Do you have anything else to add?
Midnight's is still amazing.
True. That's your best comment you've ever made, Caden.
Trash.
What? No, SP3. Now I kicking you off of this show. We are not going to slander Taylor Swift here. We're definitely not doing that.
I finally found a song off of Reputation that I really like.
Okay.
I think it was, let me see exactly which one it was, because I'm listening to a lot of music this weekend, but I have it if I can find it.
That's great, Caden. Good appearance. Good appearance, Caden. Good job. You've managed to piss off everyone on this show.
That's hilarious. He does so well in doing that.
He does. SB3, you're not going to disparage the greatest singer-songwriter of all time, Taylor Swift.
You mean Stevie Wonder?
You haven't even listened to the album.
You mean Stevie Wonder?
Have you listened to the album?
Why would I listen to trash? I got trash.
So you can't.
I got trash. I can listen to my toilet to hear shit like that.
You can't. SP3. No.
Yeah.
Don't be mean. Don't be mean, SP3.
I'm being honest.
I know you're in a bad place right now.
I'm being honest.
Hurting. I know you've been hurting this week, SP3. You should honestly listen to it.
I did. I listened to it. It was Basuda. It was about Suda.
You didn't listen to it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
You're in a bad place.
Anti-hero and all that stuff.
It could lift you up, SP3.
Trash.
Put yourself in a good mood.
No, it wouldn't. I'll be depressed.
No, you listen to Bejeweled. That's a nice little dance song. You lift your spirits with.
How y'all supposed to dance to that?
You haven't heard it, so you don't know.
No, I heard that. How y'all supposed to dance to that?
What do you mean? It's very easy. Can you not dance to something like that?
I mean, I can dance. I proved that when Electric Slide came on at your wedding.
I know you can. That's why I'm like, how can you not dance? How can you not dance to it?
I can't dance to trash.
No, SP3. Don't be mean. I'm gonna let it go because I know you're in a tough place right now. I'm telling you, listen to it. Actually, listen to it because you're lying. Don't lie on the show, SP3. You're lying.
I listened to it,
and you haven't listened to it.
I listened to like one song, and that's all I could get to.
Some of these songs could lift you. SP3. It's about love.
Nah, if I want to do that, listen to 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying.
That is a good album. Do you not like love? Do you hate love?
If I love, I just listen to Jagged Edge's first album.
That's a good album too. But you should also listen to love. I'm gonna ban the wife from everything. She just messaged, says, I don't think a lot of Taylor is uplifting.
Thank you.
She has no room to talk.
If I wanted to listen to a singer that uplift me, I listen to Alicia Keys.
Never heard of her. She has no room to talk because she doesn't listen to the album either. Both of you. What is this?
In and out.
What is this?
With you. Sometimes I love you. Sometimes you make me blue. Yay.
It doesn't feel like a very good love song if you're making them blue.
Nah, you're uplifting yourself. When you end a relationship, she's trying to uplift you. Unlike Taylor Swift, who's always talking about her breakups.
This sounds like this person, Alexa Key, doesn't understand relationships either.
And who were we originally talking about? Taylor Swift?
No, see, I already did that. You can't just like turn around and do it again. That's not original.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. My mom always told me, I'm rubber and you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks to you.
You and the wife can talk about an album that you've never listened to and act like you know what you're talking about, while myself and my fellow Swifties, the Cease twins, did.
Okay, I'll be honest. Yo,
big numbers with the midnight stream.
I didn't skip a track. I went track after track, and I was like, banger, 10 out of 10. Banger, 10 out of 10. Banger, 10 out of 10. Then I saw some of the music videos, and I was like, yo, this person is wildin'. That's how I felt when I was listening to 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying, y'all.
I'm about dollars. What the fuck is 50 Cent?
Great line, though. That was a great line. Great line in American rap history.
It is. It really is.
Put him on the map, though, because that was the first time anybody heard of his name when Jay did that. That was hilarious.
Caden is holding up something, and I don't care. Like, I'm not adding you back to the stream. I don't even know why you're still around. I'm pretty sure it's like Taylor Swift related, which, is a nice like way to try to get me to put you back on screen. But you had your time, Caden. You can leave. Now he's like holding up a finger, like, wait, I'm not putting you back on the screen.
Wait, let's talk about the challenge so he can't come back.
Let's talk
about that's the subject that we usually talk about. He can't join us.
I don't know if Hannah has watched any or shared.
I'm fairly certain she hasn't.
Yeah, I'll send her the link, but I don't know if she's actually like watched any of this.
Fairly certain she hasn't, but we do need to update the drafting list. And if you saw episode 2, you can spoil it for me. I don't really care because I do know who was eliminated of episode 2, because my YouTube is, I watch a bunch of challenge podcasts, and literally in the title of stuff they just put the results of the second episode. So it's like, I'm gonna watch it eventually. I just have to figure out a way to work this MTV app. MTV, the only app that is, you need a cable station. You need a cable plan to access their app. Like, there's no other way to watch the challenge unless you have cable that has MTV, and Sling doesn't have MTV. I'm pissed.
Their app sucks.
It does.
I think online you can actually watch challenge episodes for free, like the latest one for free.
What, like on the MTV website? Okay, yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Go to the website. I think you can watch for free. I thought it was going to be on Paramount like the day after, and it's not, which is very annoying.
Do they even have up Challenge UK and Challenge Argentina yet? They do. They don't have those up.
I don't know about all that.
I'll try and figure it out. But I was just like, man, they slacking. Even though I did probably spoil some stuff for myself by looking at the lineup, the cast for Challenge. What is it? World Champions or whatever it is. Yeah.
Don't do that. Okay, so episode 1, it's ride or dies. A lot of teams. We actually, I didn't realize this because I don't watch the trailers or anything. I try to read as little as possible. Like Johnny and Nani were not there. Jordan was not there to start. There were teams that we drafted. I mean, my first overall pick were not there to start this thing. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, this actually,
this would have been one of the worst casts ever. If this was the first episode cast was like the full cast, this would have been one of the worst season casts ever. Especially when we get to the first challenge and they tell us KC, the reigning champion, and her brother ain't here.
Right. I was like, wait a second. Yeah, Casey was with somebody else, and then that person left, and I'm like, wait, hold on. Is Casey just like eliminated already? What has happened here?
They did specify they've left the game for now. And I'm pretty sure I've seen like season trailers. I know you don't, but I've seen.
She comes back.
Casey's
back in the second episode.
Yeah, she's seen in the rest of the season. So I knew.
So she is back in the second episode. So yeah, Casey comes back because at the end of episode 1, Johnny and Nani enter, and then the second episode, like I think it's at the beginning. This was like a week ago when I watched it, but Casey and Kenny enter, and then at the end of episode 2, Jordan is there because Tori's like freaking out with everything. So I think now everybody is like good and not there.
We still need Darrell and Veronica.
Oh, right. I completely forgot Darrell.
At least they're doing it early though. I'd rather the first 2 episodes than what they did in Final Reckoning, where Corey and Devin don't show up until like 13 episodes in.
Right. So Johnny and Raven win the first episode, and then Kayla and Sam are going into elimination.
Can I just give it up for Johnny, Raven, and Nerese? This was the best first episode of a challenge main season in quite some time because of that love triangle. Quite some time, because like the whole dynamic of Johnny and Raven is so unique for any of the seasons that we've seen men female type partnerships. Like we've seen exes where they're exes or they still have feelings for each other. We've seen it when they're like enemies, on rivals and stuff, but we haven't seen where they like met each other with the intention of being attracted to each other, and then the guy basically doesn't want to commit and the girl is just there as his partner, but you could tell she really wants to be with him.
It is a good dynamic. It is good. And it's going to carry throughout the season, and it's going to explode at some point, which will be fantastic. But Kayla and Sam go in, and the way that this little gimmick works is 3 teams go down and they pull a knife, and whoever pulls the safe knife, they are saved, and they can save one of the other 3 teams. The rookies, they ain't fucking around this season. They said they were going after big targets, and Johnny and Raven were like, okay, let's throw in Kayla. She's a vet. And then Colleen and Kim pull the knife, and the other teams down there were Jake and Laurel. Laurel's obviously a big target, and Devin and Tori. Devin and Tori are big targets, and they throw in Devin and Tori. So immediately you're getting a top vet out, either the team of Devin and Tori or Kayla and her husband. And Devin and Tori end up winning the you move, I move little gimmick where you have to work together and communicate. And so they are safe for the first one. So let me pull up the draft board here because Kayla is now gone. And who had Kayla? I feel like I might have had Kayla.
Yeah, then you had her. I know you had her for All Stars, but I don't know.
I did have her for All Stars.
Oh, I had.
Oh, you had her. All right, well,
look at that.
That's one out for you.
Off to a great start, ladies.
Yeah, that's one out for you. Oh, I mean, my next one isn't good. So the next episode, Johnny and Nani come in at the end of the first episode. They win the second daily challenge. They're all back, and they throw
Banani.
They throw in. Oh, here we go. Here's Cher Delaware. Hello, Cher. How are you?
Sick.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
The weather going from 90 to 40 is.
It's very stupid.
So is my missus and my daughter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel your pain.
I gotta get better before next week, or I will have to postpone my surgery.
Oh, well, that's not good. Get that knocked out. And
yeah, I kind of need to get it done.
Have you watched the season of the challenge? Are you up on it?
I am not, but I already know like who's being eliminated and everything.
Okay. All right, so we're on episode 2. Kayla and Sam have been eliminated first episode. That was SP3's pick. Episode 2. So Nani, of course, is trying to work with Turbo. Everybody else is trying to take jabs at Turbo and get him off his edge and everything, because he's just trying to kill everyone, which is so great. Devin takes like a shot at him in the first episode.
Yeah,
like, it's just a joke, and Turbo's like, "I'm gonna murder you." Johnny comes in.
He was like, "What you say? What you say? You think you're funny, pussy chicken man?"
Yeah, pussy chicken. The best.
He's pussy chicken.
Bananas comes in. Of course, he's making little jabs, and Turbo's trying to murder him. And Nani, of course, it was Turbo's partner in previous season. Like, it's trying to be like, it's cool. Like, you got to just have a social game. be social, play the game. It's fine. And Turbo even like snaps at her. And then Nani is just like fed up with it at that. She's like, fuck it. Like, I'm trying to help you. You can't help yourself. So Bananas and Nani throw Turbo into elimination. So they throw Turbo and Tamara into elimination. Jay and Michelle, Johnny and Raven, Horatio and Olivia are down there. Jay and Michelle pull the knife. They send in Horatio and Olivia. So the game is memory lane. And it's just a matching game. It's just a memory game of, you flip over and then you try to match it. And then you take turns doing this. Very basic ass game that you play with your kids, I'm sure. The thing with this is everybody from the stands is watching it. They're all helping Horatio and Olivia. They are telling them like, oh yeah, that's there. Like, go there. And then Turbo and Tamara are just fending for themselves, trying to remember where everything is. But everybody from the stands is telling Horatio and Olivia where to go, where everything is. So they don't even have to play it. They're just everybody, because they're being told what's going on. And then they win. So Tamara and Turbo are out. So I've lost Turbo here. I was banking on that being halfway decent, but he got a non-physical game in the elimination. And he got a game where everyone turned on him, or he forced everyone to turn on him.
Yeah.
So they are out.
That's like his forever issue. He just makes enemies with everyone. And then, of course, they're going to throw you in and they're going to help the other people.
Yeah. And it was a game where
he wasn't like that in War of the Worlds 1. I mean, he did have Nani to do the social game for him, but he wasn't like that.
But after he had that meltdown on Jordan, then everybody was like, "Oh, he's a crazy person."
Yeah, he got the ban. He got the ban after War of the Worlds 2.
I'm surprised they let him back on, honestly.
Very easy to get to. Like he was fine as far as like not threatening anybody. Well, he was trying to threaten to murder people, but he wasn't like very physically aggressive with people. But then he was eliminated episode 2 because everyone just helped the opponents. He did get I would say bad draw, challenge gods, whatever. Like it wasn't a physical elimination because you can't be really helped.
Well, that's
with advice for a physical elimination.
That's the game, though.
Yeah, that's how it goes. So
I mean, I always laugh when Devin gets puzzles because Devin's like, I know I can't win a physical thing, but he's gonna kill everybody in puzzles. Like,
so Devin and Bananas are working together.
I don't like that
this season.
I was blown away by that.
Yeah, that's insane if you know their history.
Yeah,
like
I don't like
they're
that.
working together, and I think they kind of need to because we see it all the time. Like veterans will find a way to sort of work together. I mean, if Wes and Bananas can squash things, then I feel like anybody can squash things. But veterans will find a way to work together, especially when you have like this many kind of rookies out there.
Yeah,
true.
Oh, I'm not.
And Jay and Michelle is trying to group the rookies. So
which is smart.
I think they're in a good position. Honestly, Jay and Michelle.
The rookie showed first episode like. They went after Devin and Tori and Kayla and Sam. Like Kayla, Devin, Tori, all veterans with a lot of friends and everything. And they made sure one of them was going to get eliminated. So at the end of this episode, at the middle of the episode, Casey was brought in. Nani was, of course, very happy because they are still a thing. And then at the end of this episode, Jordan comes out. Tori is not happy. She said she has not seen Jordan since the breakup. I don't know how true that is. Her story has mixed of Jordan left me, but I also ended things. So I don't know what I used to be very in on the challenge Reddit.
She cheated on him. Didn't she cheat on him in Double Agents?
Yeah. So what Jordan said was on that one season when she was with Derek, as soon as Derek got eliminated, she started trying to get with Jordan. And then they got together. And then it was basically the same thing. She was on that season with no Jordan. And so she started hooking up with other people. And then he was told when people were getting eliminated, they were letting Jordan know what was going on. And so like she came back home and he was like, yeah, you're moving out of my house.
She's messy. She's very
seems like very, very messy.
When she was younger,
not in a good way.
Yeah, when she was younger, it was like, okay, but like, girl.
When she was on Are You the One, it was like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
But...
like, you're getting a little bit too old for this stuff. Like, pack it in. But
and you don't propose on reality television shows.
Oh my god,
doesn't end well typically.
Never really ends well. And
Doesn't
look
end
at that. Season 34, they made Cara and Paulie the villains. They made Jordan and Tori America's favorite couple. And who's still together?
To be fair, when Kara had the stank face on, even Paulie was like,
yeah,
quack,
a little much.
What's wrong with you?
That's true.
No.
She didn't even come to the engagement party that
No.
season. She stayed in her room.
He's like, fuck them.
No, but to be fair, Jordan has never talked to Cara very well. Like I went back and watched season 30. I think season 30 was the first time they were on a season together, and he was bad mouthing her the entire season.
I mean, and that's kind of just like, it's just Jordan. He reminds me a lot of Wes in that aspect, because he's gonna talk shit. That's just who he is. Like, he gets on the show and he's going to talk shit to everyone and tell everyone he can beat their ass. And even if he loses, he's still gonna say, I can beat your ass. Like, it's just who he is. But I don't know. I mean, losing Turbo and Kayla in the first two is insane.
Yes, but that's why I told Jeremy before you came, Cher, I'm here for Norris. Norris is about to bring the drama. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. She's already hooking up with Johnny at an airport. They had an airport showmance before they even got on the show. Norris is here for the problems and the drama. I need Norris and Nelson to be here the entire season. And also, they are building up Nelson finally ending this daily streak, because the way they talked about it in the first
episode 1,
I was like,
thought it was gonna happen.
He's got to win a daily this year.
Yeah.
How funny will it be if he doesn't?
That would be sad.
Or
Nelson.
I thought he was about to win episode 1. I was like, oh, here we go.
He forgot his age. He forgot his age.
In fairness, I forget my age all the time.
He's like, oh yeah, I'm 30. I'm 34. I'm not 30.
I gotta ask one of the kids my age all the time. They know it better than I do. I always forget.
My kids know my age, and I forget my age a lot too. I was filling out something yesterday, and I was like, how old am I? And was like counting on my fingers. Like,
I mean, it's almost as bad as Chauncey, who counted the letters in Amber's name on her jersey, but forgot to count the letters of his own name on his own jersey, and put 7 for Chauncey instead of the accurate number of 8 letters in Chauncey.
It's your own damn name. Like, oh my god, these people. I swear they, like, for something like this, they're like, okay, who's your ride or die? But actually, who's the dumbest fucking person you know? Bring them on.
Oh, and apparently with Turbo, Tamara, I thought Tamara was his girlfriend. Apparently she's not. She has a boyfriend, and it's all over her Instagram. And apparently Turbo wanted to pick her brother, but when he found out it was female teams, he decided her instead.
Oh.
Damn.
Well, he still got himself in trouble, just the way he acted. So he fucked that one up. Very sad. I thought Turbo would kill it. I mean, he's the champion, and the only time he lost was when he imploded, and that's basically what happened here. His social game, just awful.
Nani's ride or die should have been her cousin Nicole.
Oh,
I loved her.
She was
Nicole
great.
Rainbows.
So funny.
Oh man,
she was great. All right, anything? Let's get out of here. Anything you guys would like to plug?
No.
SP3.
Twitter machine, True Hill SP3, and find me on YouTube's watching and talking wrestling.
Share, feel better.
Yes.
Oh, I will have an interview with a wrestler in WWE next week on for Strong Style.
Very nice.
Very nice. Looking forward to that. Hope everything goes well next week.
Yes.
I mean, we'll
Yes.
talk, but yes, feel better, guys. Oh yes, we are now on Tuesdays. FMC now on Tuesdays at 8:30. Tag Talk live every Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Go support Haley and Kylie, everything they do. We have a New Japan show tomorrow, and then Thursday we have Gauntlet, and then Friday is Rob and Maggie. Saturday's Newsworthy. Sundays Tim and Joel. We actually are doing daily content, amazingly. So we're gonna keep on a good schedule here. Everyone, Cher has Strong Style. I think Joel is trying to get her to do this like every week because it always pops a rating. So and you never know when we'll just do a random stream like we did at 1 a.m. to review the greatest album of all time. Get out of here, SB3. Yeah, cut you off.
I was higher than a kite.
That was great. We were all excited. We were all just soaking in the Taylor Swift glory. It was fantastic. So everyone go watch the Taylor Swift stream with myself, Cher, Kaden, Deceased Twins, Sean Ross Sapp doing reporting with wrestlers. Steve Macklin is now the worst wrestler of all time.
What did he do?
He said, fuck Taylor Swift.
Oh, no, we don't like him now.
Yeah. Shazza McKenzie, the greatest wrestler of all time. So everyone go check out that stream. That was a lot of fun. Check out everything we're doing at Overbooked. Go to Fightful.com. Say bye, SB3. Bye, everybody.